Good day, everyone, and welcome. First of all, thank you for taking your time to join us today. Whether you are here because you are interested in wellness, because somebody introduced AURA5 to you, or because you're looking for a new business opportunity, I want you to stay with me until the end because today I don't only want to introduce you to another product. I want to introduce you to an ecosystem. AURA5 bring together three very important areas that are becoming increasingly relevant around the world: wellness, technology, and entrepreneurship. And behind AURA5 is our collaboration with KUSP, Koperasi Usahawan Selangor Berhad, or in English is Cooperative Entrepreneur Selangor Limited. Okay, so who are we? First of all, who are we? What exactly is AURA5 Quantum Energy Patch all about? And third, why do we believe this product and this platform have a potential to grow internationally? Before discussing about this product, let's understand the foundation. KUSP stands for Cooperative Usahawan, Cooperative Entrepreneur Selangor Limited. So it's registered cooperative in Malaysia, established in 2009. Its primary direction revolves around entrepreneurship, business development, and strengthening the economic potential of its members within Malaysia. And this is where AURA5 comes in this picture, our new venture under KUSP. So AURA5 positioned as a wellness e-commerce project within this ecosystem. So think of it a way, KUSP provide the entrepreneurial ecosystem and the organization foundation. AURA5 provides the wellness product, e-commerce platform, and market expansion opportunity. Where these two elements comes together, we are not simply trying to sell a product one by one. The bigger objective is to develop an ecosystem where people can become a consumer, entrepreneur, distributor, and eventually business leader. Okay, so now next, wherever people are introduced into something new, one of the first questions they ask naturally, who is behind it? So this is where reasonable question. That's a very reasonable question. So this line shows the official cooperative registration of Cooperative Entrepreneur Selangor Limited. As you can see over here, it's registered back from 2009 on 29th of January. Okay, so not because a certificate automatically guarantee a business success, but because credibility starts with transparency. So you should understand who is behind the platform, where the organization comes from, and what ecosystem you are entering. So especially today, when there are many online opportunities appearing and disappearing very quickly, people should learn to ask questions. Who is the organization? What is the product? What is the business model? And where is the value being created? Those are healthy questions, and throughout this presentation, that's exactly what we want to explain. Okay, so this brings us to the leadership philosophy behind KUSP. So the key message here is transformation. As you know, when we talk about cooperative, it's not an individually owned cooperative. It's owned by the community. So the community will decide the board of committee for every 2 years. For the term of 2026, this is our new chairman that was appointed, which is Dato Sri Nasri Osman. Because business today cannot operate the way they operated 10 or 20 years back. Consumer behavior have changed. Technology have changed, e-commerce has changed, and even the way community build business has changed. So the 2026 direction focus on what the presentation described: the great comeback, reactivating economic potential through stronger governance and programs that create impact. Okay, so this is the individual, the chairman for the KUSP, or Chairman Dato Nasri Osman, brings decades of experience from public service, consulting, and community development. What I find particularly relevant is that his Kaizen philosophy mentioned here. Some of you may already know about Kaizen. It's a Japanese concept centered around continuous improvement. You don't need to become perfect overnight. You improve step by step, 1% better today, 1% better tomorrow. Eventually, through improvement compound, same thinking can apply to wellness. One healthy meals does not suddenly transform somebody's health. One night of proper sleep doesn't completely transform their lifestyle. And that mindset should continuously improve, fit very naturally into the philosophy of AURA5 as a daily wellness product. And next, we have the operational high command. No organization grows intentionally because of one person. It is a leadership and a group of individuals. So this is our operational vice chairman. We have Dr. Sri Zulkifli Saini, and then we have the secretary, Datin Sharida, as well. And so Dr. Sri Zulkifli brings significant experience in entrepreneurship, international training, and network development. And Dr. Sharida contribute experience in administrative, business coordination, and operation. Okay, and besides that, we have the other board of director and exco as well. So you do notice people with different competency. We talk about agriculture, we talk about administration, we talk about corporate development and project manager. I don't want to explain too much, very detailed about every individual board director. I'll just take a very quick run through. The important point is that a sustainable ecosystem needs different people solving different problems. Okay, so now let's look on the larger picture of the ecosystem of KUSB. So first of all, we have the financing, and then we have the training and technology, and then we have the supply chain, and then we have development and entrepreneurship, e-commerce. So when we talk about financing, these cooperative they provide microcredit, revolving fund, and SME financing loan for business startup, business owners who are looking to create fund for their business, etc. So we guide them, and they also provide financial to them. Okay. Second of all, they have the training and technology. As we know today, business are all driven based on AI and digital marketing. So they have in-house team that will guide business owners, especially the older generation, that conventional businesses, to adapt with AI-based businesses. Third of all, they have supply chain. This supply chain is that the local-based entrepreneur or business owner that have any kind of product. So we guide them to market it locally within the supermarket, retail market, and so on, or global e-commerce chain that has been built within the cooperative for the last decade and so on. And then fourth, we have the KPT asset. So this KPT asset is basically a building development and construction company that has been existed 3 years ago. So they have a couple of project development and construction right now that they are operating and running right now in Malaysia for the project, and they have bigger projects that are coming soon that are on the pipeline. One of it at resort, and then they have the data center also that they're looking forward, and also a mechanical parking bay also. So it's very big business side on the construction firm. And finally, here we are, the entrepreneurship, which is the e-commerce of AURA5. So one, I want you to remember this sentence: the future belongs to ecosystem, not isolated product. Okay, so now let's talk about the marketplace, market awareness, the landscape which is happening with today's market. So I don't want to go too detailed, but I just want to give a quick run through. Today there are so many businesses, companies that are forming. When we talk about conventional product, or we talk about investment style product. Okay, every model have their pros and cons, but in today's market, many people, they are looking to make income much more easily. They don't want to work a hard selling business model where, if you see 10 years ago, 15 years ago, many people are promoting product based wellness product or health based product. But today, many people are moving into investment because of easy to make income. Your money runs for you. You put your money, invest your money, and your money runs for you. But likewise, there's a risk that comes upon it. Many platforms today shut down very quickly. We're talking about 7, 8 months, 10 months, it disappeared. Many people lose money, lose credit, lose the asset, and so on. So because of this, the industry become vulnerable. High issue of trust issue and sustainable become a concern. Many Ponzi like investment that are growing exponentially. So that's why what in AURA5 we decided is that we want to not just focus on a wellness product, because we believe wellness is something it's very relevant with today's market and the next 10 20 years, because with the health issue that are rising alarming rate, so wellness should be a priority. At the same time, we want people these days are looking for way to make income, so that's the reason why we involve some sort of like a investment style as well within AURA5. That's why we call it the AURA5 hybrid model that contains health and wellness product, and then we have active income and also passive income potential. Okay, so now let's look through on AURA5 vision and mission. Our vision is we want AURA5 to become a recognized wellness technology brand, initially from Southeast Asia and ultimately reaching the international market. But how do you build a global brand? Not overnight. You build it by focusing on the 4 things: product, education, community, and expansion. Product means people must understand what they are using. Education means distributors need to communicate responsibly. Community means customers should not feel abandoned after purchasing. And expansion means building a strong leader market by market rather than simply shipping the product wherever. Our direction is summarized very simple: wellness, technology, entrepreneurship, and global growth. Okay, that's the road we are building. So the executive architect behind AURA5 itself, we have a leadership focusing specifically on execution and international expansion. As you can see here, we have 3 major areas represented here: corporate and project development, network and distribution development, and international and market scaling. So when we talk about corporate and project development, we have the individual on the left, which is Captain Iswano Shafiq. Okay, and then when we have network and distribution development, we have our chief of coordinator of AURA5, which is Dato Sri Zulkifli. And then we talk about international market scaling. We have me as Azman Karim as the international consultant for AURA5. So this matter because entering another country involves much more than translating a poster. Different countries have different regulation, different culture, different buying behavior, different leadership style, different logistic, and different expectation. So the goal is not simple: sell AURA5 wherever. The goal is build AURA5 correctly in every market that we explore. Okay, next, let's talk about the company trajectory. Now, let me show you where is the intended direction. A very quick one. From July, as we launched July last month, till end of this year, our focus is simple: building and foundation, priority, market leadership terms, stockist network, master stockist network, and product education. And then moving towards 2027, the roadmap includes technology and expansion, which is include market development, integrated member reward, and additional product. New product will be launching as we believe market like variety of product. So that's the reason why we are not just stopping on our one product. We'll be adding a more different type of wellness based product. So now I want you to emphasize something. The roadmap represents direction and planned development. You should not be confused with a guarantee that every target automatically happen. Execution matter, leadership matter, market condition matter. But what is the roadmap tells you is that AURA5 is not intended to remain on one product sold in one market. The ambition is to build an integrated wellness and e-commerce ecosystem. And now you understand the organization. Now let's move towards the product.